Good afternoon, Tuesday, the 29th. Just want to give a shout out to my new friend Paul. We bonded, we hung out 4 hours, talked about our lives, and if you hang out with for 4 hours with anybody, there's a connection. We made a connection. So anyway, Paul, shout out to you. Thank you for hanging out. I want to talk to you about something. It's been on my mind for quite a while, and I also want to prove I can do shorter videos. But this is kind of a big deal. I've noticed and I've witnessed this epidemic that I think we have. And it's what I call the seasonal pet. And you say, Eric, well, what's the seasonal pet? The seasonal pet is the hermit crab. Now, let me know if you can relate to this, parents. I mean, we go to the beach every year. It's a tradition. We get a hermit crab every year. They are not snuggly. They don't. They have no personality really. You pick them based on activity. Like when they're in the hermit crab mill. I call them mills. I don't think we have labeled them that, but those shops on the boardwalk, those are hermit crab mills. They're reproducing them. I don't know how they... Have you ever seen a hermit crab baby? A newborn? Do they hatch? Are they mammals? I mean, they're crustaceans. Did they nurse? I don't... Anyway, they're mills. But we don't seem to have a problem with that. We talk about puppy mills all the time. Are there cat mills? I've never heard of anything but a puppy mill. These are hermit crab mills. We go to the beach every year since my kids were little. We pick out... They're the only animal that is a souvenir. We buy live souvenirs based on a couple things. One is shell artistry and activity. Because who wants the hermit crab that's just sitting there in its shell? It's the introvert, right? We don't want one of those. We want the one that's like crawling over the others. It's like the hermit crab bully, and it's painted like SpongeBob or football, or better yet, SpongeBob with a football. So, but here's the problem, is as parents, we're allowing this every single year. In our household, we buy a hermit crab. I think this is how bad it is. This is how much they're milled, is we buy a hermit crab. I think when you buy the cage, the hermit crab's free. The actual pet is free. The creature. And everything about the creature costs more than the creature itself. And it used to be when my kids were little, smaller, we would buy it like early in the vacation. They would have hermit crab races, hermit crab decorations, hermit crab boxing match, claw punching. I mean, they would like battle each other. We would see how fast they were. And they would be into them for like the week. And then they bring them inside into the freezing cold, air-conditioned room. And they would curl up in their shell. And then we'd take them outside in the humidity. We'd just watch them. It was fun. And usually, probably the longest a hermit crab has lasted for us is like 3 months. I'll be honest. Our kids forget about them. But this is what's been happening lately. This is a concern because as a parent, I'm wondering, do we continue to allow this happen? Malachi bought a hermit crab. We bought him a hermit crab. And he was into it from the mill on the boardwalk until we got back to the house. He was all about the hermit crab and literally then totally forgot about it. I mean, it was dead to him at that point. Usually it lasts at least a week. This time it didn't last hardly at all. So I call it the seasonal pet because for the last few years we get the hermit crab and they smell. They're a little creature. They smell really bad. Excuse me, I just had some kind of dairy. It's not agreeing with me. But we keep it outside because it seems to do better outside anyway, because we keep it at like 65 in our house. We like to see our breath. So it lasts from the day we buy it at the mill. We put it outside, and at the first frost, we get the butter sauce ready. Do you know what I'm saying? You're with me. But listen, It is a seasonal pet, and I think parents, we need to start taking a stand. How many pets do you know that are seasonal? We don't tell our kids, we're gonna get a puppy, we're gonna leave it outside, it'll be dead by winter. I mean, we don't do that. And I can promise you this, you don't hear Sarah McLachlan singing on any kind of Hermit crab commercial, right? We don't see that. We don't care about the crab. And I think I'm gonna take a stand. I think this is my year. Parents, unite. And I just think it's important that we unify and say we can't do this anymore, or we get together as families and we have like a crab bake, like sometime in early to mid-October, first frost. Listen, let me know if you're into that. Let me know if you agree with me. This is tough stuff. We got to stop the seasonal pet. Thanks for watching my random streams. I can do one under 6 minutes. Bye.